Warahmatullahi Wabarakatuh. From today's Jummah khutbah, left two things which I could not mention because of the time. I quoted the hadith in Salat al-Jum'ah reported by Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As radiyallahu anhuma. The hadith mentioned in Sunan al-Tirmidhi, wherein Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said, "Man akala halalan wa amila bi sunnati wa aminahu an-nasu bawa'iqahu dakhala al-jannah." This is the hadith I mentioned. No need of going into translation or any explanation. From two parts of the hadith, I want to mention two things which is left over. While I was mentioning regarding kasbul halal, I mentioned some of the aqwal. One of the qawl al-salaf, ليست العبادة أن تسف قدميك في العبادة ولكن ابدأ بالرغيف فاحرزهما. This qawl says that a person who try and keep himself in a corner of the mosque or corner of the home, holding musabbiha in his hand and making zikr, but same time he is not worried of his livelihood, he is not going to work. All of the day he is just wasting his time here and there, and he keep himself busy with the ibadah and he feels that he is doing something great. That is not right. Qawl al-Salaf says that the real ibadah is the person first begin and secure his livelihood. Because once he secure his livelihood, then automatically he will have more concentration in ibadah as well. So through securing livelihood, ibadah also will be secured and protected. This is what the meant of this qawl al-Salaf. Secondly, regarding sunnah and ahamiyya to sunnah, there are many things, but which I wanted to mention in Jummah I could not mention. This is also again from aqwal al-Salaf. Man hafidha sunnah akramahu Allah ta'ala bi arba'i khisal. A person who always try and implement sunnah in all aspects of his life, Allah Azza wa Jal will honor him, give him ikram with 4 blessings. Akramahu Allah ta'ala bi arba'i khisal. Number 1, al-muhabbatu fi qulub al-barara wal-haybatu fi qulub al-fajara was-sa'atu fi al-rizq was-thiqatu fi al-deen. They are all indeed great blessings and ni'mah. As I am translating, you will understand the value of these blessings. Whoever would guard and protect and secure the sunnah in his life, Allah will honor him with 4 in'am and 4 blessings. Number 1, al-muhabbatu fi qulub al-barara. That pious people will have a special place in their heart about this man who is following sunnah. And actually this is matlub. One of the teaching of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when a person travel for any reason, and when you enter a particular town where you have to fulfill your need, either a business trip or you are going for education or anything, then one of the dua of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the minute you see the town where you are targeting to be in, the first eye you look at the town, you see this dua. And that is the dua. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, Allahumma arzuqna janaha, Allahumma arzuqna janaha, wa habbibna ila ahliha, wa habbib salihi ahliha ilayna. These 3 things. And actually whenever we go, we have all various target in our mind, we travel. And if we try and keep this dua, I remember this dua, although I did not see before, but one person who reminded me, a man traveled, was a doctor in cancer center, oncologist, and long ago, 2003-2, he was trying to come here in Saskatoon for an interview, as well in Regina. So he was communicating through letters to me, and he wanted to know about the area, what is happening in the area. And then finally he came to give interview. And I was the person who wanted to receive him, although his all accommodation, everything was looked after by the hospital. When I went to receive him at the airport, first thing, a doctor, he mentioned this dua, Allahumma arzuqna janaha wa habbibna ila ahliha wa habbib salihi ahliha ilayna. So deen is not something that is only in confine of the masjid or a person who is imam or a person who is hafiz. Deen is for every single person. And whenever a person being in his particular field would try and bring deen of Allah Azza wa Jal, then you see the real effect will come. Actually today's time, what is happening is that people are being divided into 2 different parts. One is a practicing, one is not practicing. one is actually a religious person, one is a secular-minded person. And this is how we divided people, and somehow these people are not coming together at all, because there are some hatred is being created between these two people, so they never try to benefit. Although Deen of Allah Azza wa Jal needs each and everyone's expertise, and if together, collectively we strive to raise the kalima of Allah Azza wa Jal in this land, it will be the best. So this is what needed. I heard this dua from the doctor. Allahumma rzuqna janaha wa habibna ila ahliha wa habib salihi ahliha ilayna. In this dua, what is being requested by Allah Azza wa Jal, oh Allah, give me from this town selected things, which is the best in your knowledge, in your ultimate ilm. And that is what our target is. Number two, wa habib salihi ahliha wa habibna ila ahliha. And put in our heart the love of the pious people of this town. At the same time, pious people of this town, oh Allah, place our love in their heart as well. This is the dua. So number one in'am is al-muhabbatu fi qulubil barra. A person who implements sunnah, he will be blessed with four in'am. Number one, al-muhabbatu fi qulubil barra. A special love will be placed in the heart of pious people. And number two, وَالْهَيْبَةُ فِي قُلُوبِ الْفَجْرَةِ. A person who is implementing sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, if he would come in front of a person who is wrongdoer, who is an evil man, wretched man, fasiq, fajir, that person can never exercise his evil to that man, because the wrong and the error of that man is being placed in the heart of fajra as well by Allah Azza wa Jal. Number three, وَالسَّاعَةُ فِي الرِّزْقِ. A person will be given vastness and wusa in his livelihood, that he will not face any difficulty in his livelihood, in his matter of risk. His risk will flow easily to his doorstep by Allah's divine help and assistance. And number four, وَالثِّقَةُ فِي الدِّينِ. This is also needed, that people are following deen, but in today's time and age, we ask ourselves that we are not so firm. A little matter comes and we are shaky. Little matter comes and we give up the deen and we prefer something which is needed because of the time, and you compromise that. Look, my work is not giving me permission, or this is not happening, and therefore I have to give up. So athiqatu fi din, a person will be real steadfast on the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal through the barakah and blessing of sunnah. So these are two things was in my mind. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me one and all tawfiq to implement what has been said. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.